The Carlow Car Club hosted rounds 3 and 4 of the Naylor Engineering Irish Hillclimb and Sprint Championship. These were the first events since the tragic loss of 4 times national champion Simon McKinley at round 1 in County Clare, and the subsequent cancellation of round 2 the following day. A minute's silence was observed both days for our dear friend and racing colleague. We carry on as he would have wanted us to. Saturday's event took place near the Moat of Ardscull on a section of the Gordon Bennett Cup route from that first international motorsport event held in Ireland in 1903. Sunday's sprint started in the scenic Bagenalstown and raced out along a section of the River Barrow at its towpath. Michael Connolly was left to fly the flag for the big engine Class 7 cars, as some of the usual championship regulars, Joe Courtney and Rory Stevens, were representing Ireland at the Saint-Goueno Hillclimb in France. Michael, on his home event, dominated both days in the Judd engine Gould.
Michael Connolly, you're just packing up after a very successful weekend. That was your first win yesterday here in Carlow, is that correct?
That's right, yeah. I'm up in the tie, first day out competitively with the car, and a bit of a baptism of fire, but yeah, I got across the line. And, it's an interesting day, but yeah.
Fair play to you. How long have you been hill climbing?
I did 2 or 3 events maybe 2 years ago, and yeah, crashed there both days. And I've been doing a lot of sprinting up in Kirklestown with a Westfield with a Hayabusa engine in it, and loved that. And then this car kind of came on the market, and the results had gone to it at some stage. Thought it was probably a bit early, but just took the bull by the horns and went for it. Like.
Fair play. And what kind of engine has it got?
It's a Judd EV, V8, 4 litre. Similar engine to what's in Sylvie Mullins GR 37, pushing it in around 600 horsepower.
And I mean that's a Formula 1 related engine, isn't it?
Yeah, the block itself would have been 1990/89 spec, but in a 3.5, and then they stroked it out, lowered the revs a little bit because that revs to 10.5, 10.7, and they were originally up around 13.5, so just increased longevity a bit.
Great stuff. And is Wexford your next event?
Not sure, heading to Anglesey in a few weeks for the round of the British Sprint Championship. Looking forward to that, never been. So after that, don't really know, take it as it comes.
On Saturday it was Eanna Carroll in his Turbo Civic that chased him home, over 2 seconds back, but fastest of the 3B cars. This is what it looked like from inside Eanna's car. On Sunday, Con Byrne was best of the rest, on an event that he won in 2012. He won Class 6 for the 2 days. Robert Bell, Simon's cousin, was third in what must have been a very tough weekend for him. Second in Class 6 for him each time. Fair play to the McKinley, Connolly and Bell family, who showed great courage in coming to this event, and indeed, those who went to Saint-Goueno too. I hope they felt the support of their extended Hillclimb family and friends. Alan Kane was third in Class 1A on Saturday in his non-challenge spec Cinquecento, and second on Sunday. Emmett Dunn in his Honda Civic was narrowly beaten by Selin O'Connor on Saturday. Emmett was fastest on Sunday despite modifications en route.
Where's the hot dairy?
Go dairy.
Yeah, kick it across the road. That's off a motorbike, anyway. Off a motorbike.
Senan was debuting the Space Cadet, but lost compression on the engine after his winning run and retired for the second day. Delia O'Reilly was third at Bagenalstown, sharing the works livery Cento. There was a bumper entry in the newly formed Cento Challenge class of 8 drivers, despite 2 of the main protagonists shaming some serious machinery in France over the weekend. Aidan Courtney was the winner of these both days. He gave us a bit of an insight into the championship that Billy White had led from Clare.
Yeah, it's going fairly well now. Actually, Billy just pipped me for first place in Clare, but he's away in France, so we should have the points for this weekend in the bag anyway, hopefully after today.
Alright, so it'll be 1 win each.
Yeah, hopefully now.
Very good. And he'll be back for Wexford, I assume.
Yeah, and I'll actually miss Wexford, so I'll have to get on the go again when we come to Limerick.
Alright, so that should even things up.
Yeah, hopefully it'll stay even now through the whole lot.
So you're driving your brother's car, is that right?
Yeah, he's prepared, just pretty much done all the work on the car, so.
And this is a car, it can do endurance trials as well, can't it?
Yeah, rear interior is left in for endurance trials, and it's all up to spec for both Class 1B and endurance trial spec as well.
Yeah, because there's actually a class now for the Cinquecentos in the National Championship this year.
Yeah, specialised Class 1B, so they're all up to spec, or at least we think they are anyway. Maybe Gary Cunningham's cheating, but who knows.
Do you think so? Does this man look like a cheat to you?
Looks like a cheater.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, with a rubber bit.
So I'll talk to my lawyers. Would you give us a look at your engine?
Yeah, no problem.
Oh, look at the V8.
Oh, that's revealing.
Yeah,
So this is a
spec, but we have to balance the bottom end yet, so that might give us a little bit more, hopefully.
So you started with and are continuing with a basic Cinquecento 1108cc engine.
Yeah, just an 8 valve, pretty basic engine.
What's the silver pipe you have there?
It's a air intake. Hopefully get some cold air from down here and feed it straight into the air intake, and usually we leave the air filter out if it's getting tight at the end of the day.
And what sort of power do you get out of these guys?
Standard from factory they're 54, but last time we had it on a dyno it was 72 brake horsepower, I think.
That's a big improvement, and like there's not a huge amount of money in getting it out.
No,
to that level,
it's
yeah.
Punto camshaft that's used.
Right.
40mm throttle body.
Driver's briefing!
Skimmed head and an ECU chip, so it's pretty basic.
How long are you at this?
I'm at it coming up to 4 years now. Yeah, so it's going well.
It's rewarding. It's reliable motorsport, yeah.
Yeah.
This is how scrutiny goes on around here.
Yeah.
And
I think you can tell the kind of fun these guys are having in this super competitive class. Damien Walsh from Connolly was second both days, with the demure Gary Cunningham third on the first day and Danny Hurley third on the second. Jim Doherty had impressive overall results, winning Class 2 in his naturally aspirated rear-wheel drive Starlet. Indeed quicker than Mark Carroll's turbo engine version on Saturday. Mark was first in Class 3B on Sunday and gave us a tour of his car, the fastest Starlet on Sunday.
It's a 2-litre Vauxhall Calibre turbo engine with the TD05 Group A Mitsubishi turbo on it and a custom stainless exhaust. It's got twin wastegates, puts out about 350 horsepower, and it's 340 foot-pound of torque. To be honest with you, it goes far faster than I know how to drive it, but puts a grin on my face every time I hit the throttle.
you're very modest. I'd say it's quite a handful.
It is, yeah, because the car is such a short wheelbase. It doesn't telegraph what it's going to do, so you have to be a lot more aggressive with the car than I'm used to driving. You've got to throw it sideways. If you let it go sideways, it's too late, which I found out to my demise last year.
And what sort of tyres do you use?
Avons.
Yeah.
Avons, the only tyre to use. A very wise old friend of mine, Simon, told me put aprons on it, hail, rain, sleet or snow, and that's what they say on it now.
You sit nice and far back into it, don't you?
Yeah, it's got a floor mounted pedal box now as well. When we put the power steering in the car, it had a conventional Mark II pedal box and I couldn't fit the motor in, so I had to drop the pedal box onto the floor. And then we have to put in the false floor, so you sit in it kind of like a touring car, so you sit back, which for a guy as tall as I am is quite comfortable, you know.
So it's actually a bit of a mix. You've got Toyota technology, Opel Vauxhall technology and Ford technology.
Well, the only Toyota technology really is the body. Right. Everything else is pretty much Vauxhall and Ford. The power plant obviously is Vauxhall, and really everything else is Ford. It's a Cosworth T5 gearbox.
And you have your cooling going on here in the back, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have ducting going down.
Again, as part of the build, when we put the big engine in, we were getting too much heat transfer from the radiator on the intercooler.
Yeah.
So the heat was she was suffering from too much heat build-up, so we decided to move the cooling into the rear of the car and then duct it from the inside. Because the car was originally, my original discipline was rallycross. We decided, as opposed to putting the vents in here in the side, to put them up here.
You'd have been getting muck and everything down there.
Well, as you know, rallycross is a non-contact sport. so rather than having to keep replaced side pods, we put them up the top. But now it's actually worked out quite well, because the car kind of has a bit of a Group B vibe off it, I think. Which is kind of cool.
Yeah, it certainly does.
But there's no point in having, in my opinion, there's no point in having a racing car if it doesn't look cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of power just through the back wheels.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I mean, basically, if it rains, just put it in the trailer and go home. There's no point in being here.
Well, the sun has just come out for you now, so...
Yeah, today I'll be good. Obviously, there's a couple of guys in the class now that I have to contend with. Eanna in the Civic is very, very quick, and Mark Tracy is here with the Evo. So he's going to be the man to beat, I would say, today. But today is pretty much a drag race.
Yeah.
So it's not very technical at all. There's one right-hander, stay out of it, stay out in the middle of the road, and it's flat.
Yeah, and just sort yourself out going through the chicanes.
Please God, yeah. Try and hit it once just to find out where the limit is, and then stay away from them after that.
Tony Banville was second in Class 2 each day in a Peugeot 205 and put up a strong fight against a wall on Sunday. He kept ahead of the similar car of Gary Graham, third. Peter Bogan was 8th and 10th overall in his Mark II Escort, winning Class 3A for the weekend from John Kennedy's sports car. John was mixing it with Mick Walsh's 3B car. Mick was faster on day 1 and claimed third in 3B on day 2. John Haid was very exciting to watch in his Mark II on his way to second in that class at the Moat. Adam Cruan had a fine second place too at Bagenalstown in his BMW after graduating from the Cento Challenge last year. John Farrell pushed hard as ever to be fastest of the historics in his Mark I Escort at the event near Athy. He left it to Seamus Anderson to carry on the performance at Bagenalstown. Seamus had been second on Saturday. Colin Grant was second placed on the run beside the barrow, and it was great to see the imp of Frank Nanweiler on the old Gordon Bennett track. John Mahan screamed his way to third in Class 6 at the two events, with 6th and 5th overall results. Paul McLaughlin was second in Class 7 and 5th overall on Saturday in his single-seater. Martin Tracy made good use of his four-wheel drive in the wet to claim second in that class at Bagenalstown. Tom Connolly was third on each occasion, but had his best overall result with 6th on Sunday. There was great support for the rally classes, with them split into 4 parts. The winners here were Championship regular Georgie Bell in his Honda Civic, Class 8C both days. William Cecil in his Peugeot 205 GTI was the winner of Class 8B each time. 8A was won by Ian Roach in his Corsa on Saturday and Alan Drew on Sunday. and Class 9B was won by Thomas O'Rourke in his Honda Civic at the Moat, and by the ever-entertaining David James of Bagenalstown. It wasn't all plain sailing for Michael Connolly, en route to do the double. Indeed, the marshals had a tough time over the weekend replacing cones from the chicanes. There was also some heavy rain on Sunday. But spirits remained high.
Off the road there now, that's everyone off the road, please there now.
Well done to everyone involved in the Carlow Car Club sprints.